Dave, welcome to The Right Note.
Hi, Yates. How you going?
Thank you for joining us. Thanks for playing that beautiful version of A Case of You as well by Joni Mitchell.
Cheers. Yeah, I thought I might try and give James Blake a run for his money.
What does that song mean to you?
It was one of the first songs I ever remember because my sister loved Joni Mitchell growing up. I always had like a really complicated relationship with her. Obviously being like little, you just hear your sister playing the same shit over and over again. You kind of get sick of it. And then as I get older, I start to realize how much I've stolen from her. So if you listen to Fear and Trembling, the melody is a reference to Cactus Tree.
Right.
That's Cactus Tree, and Fear and Trembling is there's an omen now of frailty hanging heavy. It's like the same progression, you know. So lyrically as well, she has left like a pretty drastic impression on me. And I think when people ever accuse me of ripping anything off, they should accuse me of ripping off lyrically Joni Mitchell, Leonard Cohen.
Right.
The two people I take the most cues from.
Okay, so she means a lot to you, obviously.
In my 18th year, I recognised how much, and then I don't know. She's just always been there. Thanks to my sister, you know. I was very lucky because my sister was always interested in music, and I never really was as a child.
Yeah.
But it was kind of always around me.
Yeah.
So I just slipped into it.
Okay.
As time went on.
And you mentioned Fear and Trembling off the ARIA Award-winning album, Go Farther in Lightness.
Yeah.
That was an amazing night. You took out Best Group,
Yeah.
Album of the Year, Best Rock Album. Which of those awards means the most to you?
I think everyone would say Best Album, right?
Yeah.
I like Best Rock Album.
Right.
Because, I mean, it all kind of means a lot, but Best Rock Album, I think I went on some spiel in the night about how I believe in the redemptive power of this. Mm-hmm. And it felt kind of true. Because rock and roll is dying, and rightly so, because it needed to die in order to be reborn as something new and fresh and interesting, and not just like this ornery, constantly self-reflexive, like nostalgia experiment. You know, rock and roll needed to die, and in all its forms, it needs to sort of like have a rebirth. You know, it's really interesting how now the advent of like streaming and the internet has blurred the lines between, you know, cool independent rock and roll with a bunch of white kids staring at their shoes, pretending that what they're doing is so special and unique, and the big kind of cocky like stadium-esque permutations of rock and roll. And I like the fact that the cool kids can't claim to be cool anymore because their shit's just as corporatist. So, you know, we needed to kill rock and roll. We needed to murder the misogyny. We needed to murder the racism, the token progressivism, like, you know, and also we needed to like start from scratch and maybe figure out something that actually felt, you know, really, really authentic and real for all people, you know? Yeah. Like not just a set few elites.
Yeah, and so do you see Gang of Youths as part of that rebirth?
I don't know. I hope we're part of the death of it in some ways.
Right.
You know, but I don't know. I don't know if we're part of any kind of rebirth. I believe that it's going to take a really long time for rock and roll to find its foothold as a cultural force, if it ever does again.
Okay.
But it probably won't. Its vanguard moment has happened, and maybe it'll just fade into the background like jazz did in exchange for something new and more exciting.
Okay.
But I don't really know. I don't know if I really care because there's going to be a Latino kid from Detroit probably coming out with something extraordinary in 10 years, and we'll forget about what Gang of Youths did.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So when you think back to Go Farther in Lightness just before the record came out, how are you feeling in terms of, did you think it would connect with people in the way that it has?
No, I was afraid that it wouldn't, and because it's a big work, it's ambitious and I'm wordy, and like, I mean, for lack of a better phrase, I'm trying to teach people who don't give a shit about Hegel. Yeah, like that's kind of what it's like. You know, I didn't really think it would because there's classical music on that, and you know, people are quite cynical, and not only are they not open to like things that are emotional and important, and you know, trying to push some like emotional boundaries, but I don't think people are open to things that are quite ambitious and long and stuff like that. You know, I keep hearing the expression that it's overly long or it's too long. It's kind of like...
That's what people are saying to you about the record?
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I've watched Gone with the Wind so many times, I guess length is not like a...
Right.
It was just my auntie's favourite movie.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, I think I was really scared that it wouldn't connect. You know, and it did. So it just teaches me to have a little more faith in people, maybe. Yeah. Have a little more faith in the process and faith in the market, because maybe maybe the market knows something that I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is such an ambitious piece of work. How much pressure did you put on yourself when you were making it?
Extraordinary amounts. Insurmountable, like fucking, like Supernova Cluster, fucking, the amount of pressure to try and, yeah. Because it was following up something that was so definitive and a narrative that was so replete in my life. So I had to put myself under some enormous strain in order to get the best result. But it wasn't just that. It was, I think there was a weight of expectation. And I mean, fuck, after album 3 is like going to be a doozy of a time for me, I think.
Yeah.
It's like, I really, really wanted to make something good that I liked and that I cared about, you know. And at the moment, I'm probably struggling a little bit with whether or not I think it's good still, and I probably will the rest of my life. But maybe that's the point of an important work in someone's canon.
Sure.
You know, I don't know how many artists probably feel the same way about their work. I guess a lot of people do. Just like if you're an accountant or a fucking finance guy or a builder, you probably think that there's so many things you could have done better and there's so many things you fucked up. I'm that way. I'm sure like every master builder in Sydney probably looks at the house and be like, fuck, I should have done a better job.
Right.
Even if it's the most beautiful place ever.
Yeah.
Just the nature of like making things.
Well, that's what your next album has to rectify.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
No pressure.
Oh man, I kind of like pressure, but at the same time it crushes me because I'm not a very strong, resilient person when it comes to like things like this.
Okay. Yeah. You're back in Australia now for a little while. And
yeah,
then,
for another 2 weeks and then back home to London. Yeah.
Right, that's what we're going to ask. So London is home to you now?
Yeah, London's home.
Okay.
I really like it. I love it actually. I didn't think I would, but I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
And how is it, I mean, how are you going overseas? How's the band going? Are you getting a sense that there's some sort of movement?
I don't know. I hope so. I'd like that. Well, it just means that we can stay, busy and focused, and like when we come back to Australia, it's like we're coming home, not like we're under pressure to make stuff happen everywhere. But it would be nice to sort of return and feel the wind in our hair. That's like a nice feeling.
Yeah, right.
This is a cool place to come back to. Like any Australian band who leaves Australia ends up really loving and appreciating it when they get back. Yeah.
And you're all living in a house together in London?
Yeah.
How's that working out?
I like it.
Yeah.
My wife likes it, surprisingly. Yeah. I really like it because they're my best mates and we've been practically living together in each other's pockets for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So I really like it, which is weird. I'd like to move out at some point.
Okay.
But, because you can't raise a kid and have dogs and shit, but there's like five people.
5 dads.
5 dads. Well, yeah, I mean, my children will have a lot of like parents, surrogates and shit like that. I mean, that's the kind of environment that I want to create for our kids. Really
Nice.
are. Full of music and laughter and animals.
Okay.
And vegetarian options.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so when you move back to London, what does next year consist of? Do you know what the plans
Probably
are?
a lot of touring and a lot of time off and a combination of the two.
Okay.
Yeah. So it will be like a case of 6 weeks on, 6 weeks off probably.
Right.
I don't know. I just kind of want to like find a bit of my life again. Yeah.
And start writing that third record?
I feel like that's probably a good idea.
Well, I can't wait to hear it whenever you get around to it. So thanks again for coming on the show.
Oh, of course, this is the best. Thank you. I appreciate this.